a barrel roll.
Welcome to Know. I'm John Reisinger.
And I'm not.
Breaking news! He's not John Reisinger. Also, GTA Online makes a shitload of money. It happens. Okay, that's not really news, but it turns out that GTA Online's actual shitload of money is way bigger than the shitload of money we thought it was making.
So the new figure being thrown around in regards to GTA Online is somewhere close to $700 million a year in revenue. I get excited by that number. Considering the massive success Rockstar is seeing from what amounts to a bunch of hats and goofy outfits, there's almost no doubt that a number of other publishers will see that figure as an argument for even more games offered as services.
Yeah, but we're still going to get that GTA 5 single player any day now, right? Right? No, it's not gonna.
No, not so much. They'll give it to you for another 700 million, maybe. I don't know. This new insane data about just how lucrative GTA Online is comes from video game analyst Daniel Ahmad on Twitter. In a series of tweets today, Ahmad dropped a bit of knowledge about Rockstar's microtransaction-laden online hellscape.
Ahmad revealed that GTA Online has raked in somewhere in the neighborhood of $700 million for Rockstar and Take-Two in the last year alone. The graph he posted breaks down Grand Theft Auto's revenue per quarter since just before the release of GTA 5 in September 2013.
And shockingly enough, Grand Theft Auto 5 made more money in its third year than it did in its second. That gets even more surprising when you consider the fact that it got a PC release in its second year as well.
This doesn't make sense at all. Now that the game has been released on all platforms, that means that $700 million figure is coming from stragglers just now buying the game. Way to be a few years late, but guys. I don't know what were you doing, playing shitty GTA 4 this whole time? Plus, also microtransactions from GTA Online added to that. Judging from the way video game sales are typically front-loaded, it's not crazy to assume that the majority of that money is coming straight from GTA Online's shark cards, which is nuts.
Yeah, pretty insane. That $700 million isn't completely unprecedented. EA makes almost as much annually just from FIFA Ultimate Pass. Earlier this year, they told investors that FIFA's microtransactions have scored them around $650 million.
What microtransactions do you think are on FIFA?
You can color the different dots of the ball, maybe? I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
What beard do you want your players to have? It should be noted that GTA Online's $700 million is quite a bit higher than the last figure we'd heard of GTA Online. That estimate was derived via documents from a nasty lawsuit between former Rockstar North President Leslie Benzies and Take-Two.
In that lawsuit, Benzies sued Rockstar and Take-Two over being stiffed out of bonuses and other compensation, some of which came from GTA Online, which Benzies estimated to be somewhere in the realm of around $500 million at the time the suit was filed. Take-Two doesn't like so much the people suing them, so they decided to sue them right back.
That works. You know, two negatives even out, that kind of thing. Most of that revenue allegedly stems from the shark card microtransaction system, which is basically just people giving real money for fake money to buy fake stuff. Those hugely popular microtransactions have been a big part of what's kept GTA Online's content coming regularly and at no cost to players. They even got more free DLC hitting today in the form of the Biker Gangs pack, which lets you form motorcycle gangs let gangs play games and play in new modes.
So once again, you've got to give a big shout out to all the gangster whales out there who are keeping GTA Online afloat. And thanks for making sure that Rockstar had zero incentive to ever release single player DLC, you jerks.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Which brings us to the next part of our story, because we can make a few conclusions based on this data out of GTA Online. Number one is that sadly, we shouldn't expect any single player content out of the GTA franchise anytime soon.
So whether we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 or a brand new adventure for Trevor and company in GTA 5, there's almost no reason for Rockstar to spend the time, money, and effort in developing single-player DLC when GTA Online is already pulling down $700 million a year. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that they stand to make way more by releasing paid single-player DLC, but, you know, that would cost development resources and an initial investment before they could even begin.
Yeah, plus it would cost players money. Right now they've got a happy medium where quite a few players are totally content to spend money on microtransactions while the rest enjoy the game for free. They get money, the majority of players pay nothing. It's basically a win-win.
And at $700 million a year, you can also rest assured that GTA Online isn't going to go away anytime soon. A few months back, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick indicated that at some point they'd have to phase away from GTA 5 and GTA Online in order to let the franchise rest.
Some fans were a little perturbed at the idea that Rockstar was already thinking about shifting away from supporting the game's multiplayer with new content, but it seems unlikely that transition will happen until the game's revenue starts fizzling out, you know, when it only makes like 200 million a year instead of 700.
Ah, those wacky numbers in the multiple hundreds of millions. They probably have every video game publisher's boardroom filled with old men in business suits shouting, "Why can't we have that?" So you can bet that more publishers are gonna keep trying their hands at games as a service, especially now that GTA Online's success has been so enormous. games.
And in some ways, that's not necessarily a bad thing. While most publishers are out there trying to make money through post-release transactions that they're asking you to pre-order via increasingly shady tactics like bullshit season passes or not-so-standalone remasters that you can't play without a disc, Rockstar is delivering free content to their game constantly for all fans to have.
It is definitely a different model than how most other developers are approaching it, and something that you would hope that the other companies would learn from.
And different developers are experimenting with this in different ways. Rainbow Six Siege, for instance, has quietly turned into a really well-supported shooter thanks to its content releases, with most of the significant releases coming to players free of charge.
On the flip side, there's also an argument to be made that this could further hurt full game experiences in the long run. After all, it's already kept Rockstar from releasing more single-player Grand Theft Auto content, something that they did a great deal of with back in Grand Theft Auto 4. It's pretty much given that the developers would rather make hundreds of millions of dollars per year with just a little bit of support versus the enormous development teams working on a single-player experience for several years at a time.
Yeah, fortunately, Rockstar has shown with Grand Theft Auto 5 that you can have tremendous success at doing both, all in one game. So video game makers of the world, please take note. People like paying for games that are good, and they like free content.
So,
why not?
Yeah, what do you guys think of GTA Online making ridiculous money in its third year? Do you want more games to exist as services? Let us know in the comments.
For future updates on Grand Theft Auto, remember to like this video and subscribe to The Know.
And would now be a good time to mention that the Juniper DLC for Ruby Grim Eclipse comes out at $4.99 next week? Consider that.